Good morning, my kittens. Well, if you are here in North America, um, this is like our prediction for tomorrow. So let's start. Queen of Wands, we have the Magus, and we have Eight of Pentacles. So where do I start? Let's go in the order. Even though the Magician, the Magus, is the strongest card, giving that is like a major arcana, let me tell you a little bit here about this great lady here. Of course, the fire signs identify themselves with Queen of Wands, but each one of us can be Queen of Wands as it is going to be tomorrow. So the Queen of Wands is basically having this lions here facing opposite direction, right? Which is that symbol of that fire and the strength, right? And here is like that she's holding a sunflower in her left basically hand that is really symbolizing life and fertility and joy and satisfaction, right? So Queen of Wands is the dominant feminine energy, and she is not afraid to demonstrate her power to others, and she does not shy away from challenge. Like, think about a lawyer woman over here, right? So she even has more to prove than, let's say, a man who comes from established lawyer family, right? So this is really telling me that it's indicating that now you feel strong and independent and able to take care of yourself and sustain your creative vision even in the face of adversity. You know what you want and you know how to get it, right? So you are really staying fiercely determined and focused on your goals. And what is the best part? You're making everybody believe in them, right? So this is kind of like, hey, what do you think about that? This is so freaking awesome. And then everybody feels excited about that, even though maybe up to that point never heard about it, right? So it is very important that she's also possibly sweet and warm and charming. And what is really making her different from the other queens, she's very ambitious. She is making this kind of like path in her head that she wants to be, somebody in this world. She wants to carve that spot for herself, right? But also do not step on her tail, right? Because it's really lovely, the kitty cat that they have put there, because it shows that she doesn't always put her cards on the table. She's always leaving certain things to mystery, to something that is kind of like lingering in the air. You kind of like are very intrigued with this person, right? Swords are kind of like blunt, everything is on the table. What usually intrigues other people about swords and air is like how quickly we move from one thing to another. So it's maybe creating mystique because we are moving much faster, but actually there is not much mystique. One air sign totally knows the other one. But with wands, you kind of like see that. And the deeper you go, you have the earth. It moves slower. You're going to have like 2 or 3 dates and everything goes well. And then like he or she tells you, you know what, I'm busy until next month. Like, what the heck, right? And that's just like not done to control. It's just like simply the way it is, right? And then you go in the water, you water signs, like you kind of like surround us with your like water and you pull us in, and it's kind of like giving you this like really, really big hug. It's everything but transparency. It's a complete mystery over there. So clearly we have the energy to kind of like do stuff, and we want to do stuff, right? Because I see this like I'm in Magus. This is a thought tarot. It is a little bit more complex, I would say, than the Rider-Waite, and it is my personally favorite tarot because it gives me all of these layers, right? So what is like going on with the Magus or with the Magician in tarot? I'm going to just give you this Eight of Pentacles first, because Eight of Pentacles is simply saying put things in the right place, right? Check on your work. Do not send an email before dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's. It's very, very important, right? So this really means that, you're equipped with universal gifts, and that this is kind of like you are saying like, here is the chalice, here we have this all the 4 elements that he really has, but doesn't he look like a freaking Greek god? Except he kind of like almost looks like he's wearing panties. or underwear rather, to save her man. What's the deal with that, right? So the mango symbolizes this magician, right? Magician not outside of us, but inside of us, right? So magic, that quote unquote possibility of making the impossible possible, it means that we are one with. Oh, Onyx. Onyx, what happened? What happened? You're like in the wrong spot. Whoa, did you see this energy? That's the energy of Queen of Wands. And this is Mercurian energy. And Mercury is the planet that is closest to the sun. And interestingly enough, it's probably even more habitable than Venus, if you really put it that way. But this is kind of like what happens, like really sudden changes. It's burst of energy. It is air, right? And it's the, like really, really fast moving air, right? So I would say there is like a magic that lives in us. If you want love, you know, the magic will just like need to be push the button and it's going to come back. If there is like somebody from before, if there is like somebody new, just like a little kind of like, I mean, shy smile is going to do, right? But it's going to be a really special day where we kind of like putting things in the right order. We are very excited about it. And we know that we have everything to basically succeed. So, talking about success, because the magician is right after the fool, right? So fool is traveling and he is coming to this magician, and magician says, this is how you do things, I'm going to tell you. And he gives him everything, like in terms of physicality, in terms of communication, and so on and so forth, right? And like just like think about like that, you know, number one here that we have as the number of the card is among those indivisible numbers which appear in the tarot, right? So indivisible is actually called individual in Latin, right? And as a magician, like you kind of like succeed in managing unique wonders of your life and of your life journey, which are really coming really easy and natural for you today, right? So this is like almost like, you know, like that saying, let me kind of like remember how to say it properly without really messing it up. Kind of like don't follow the footsteps of the masters, kind of a thing. Instead, find what they were looking for. So just go to the source, kind of a thing. And that's what it is. Magic lives in you today, so just enjoy it. Go out, don't be at home, just try to engage as much as possible, because you're going to spread that stardust everywhere. I love you guys. Come and join us on live 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. Love you, and I'll talk to you soon.